The talisman.
Damn. This was guiding us to Shang Tsung. Now we can't find him.
His laboratory is near. I'll take you.
Morning light shines. Baraka leads the trio toward a wood and stone tower rising over a river. 2 water wheels spin nearby.
Any idea what to expect?
No. I've never been inside.
Stay here. We'll check it out.
Kenshi, Kung Lao, and Johnny step to a long bridge stretching from the bank to the tower. The 3 men sneak through the tower to a laboratory.
The addition of crushed chitin larva proved an inspired choice. In testing, outcomes improved significantly. I have modified the formula since the last time it was administered.
Kenshi motions for silence as the others trail him up a staircase.
This new serum is exactly what we need. Its effects will be immediate and long-lasting.
How can you be sure?
Because it is brewed from freshly extracted Tarkatan marrow. It couldn't be more potent.
He raises the syringe, full of liquid. Melina lies on a medical table by him, eyes shut. Rain and Tanya stand nearby.
He is infecting Melina with Tarkat.
Shang Tsung taps the syringe.
And he's got 2 of Sindel's top dogs in on it. No wonder Liu Kang is worried about this guy.
We need to stop him.
Save a distressed damsel? Sure thing.
Johnny smirks, then runs into the laboratory with Kung Lao and Kenshi. They square off against Tanya, Rain, and Shang Tsung.
Get away from her!
You bitch.
Excuse me?
You know, the movie. Tiny girl, ginormous alien.
Ripley!
No? Seriously?
Earthrealmers. How did they find it?
They've already seen too much.
Tanya charges with a 3-section staff. Johnny blocks her attack, then Kung Lao kicks her back. Kenshi spin kicks the syringe from Shang Tsung's hand.
I need time. Buy it for me.
Liu Kang sent you, didn't he? Sent you to learn our secrets.
He sent us here for Shang Tsung, but it looks like he's just part of the problem.
Fight!
We are just getting started.
Fight!
Are you drowning?
The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Rain summons 2 tendrils of water, which wrap around the victim's hips to electrocute them and shatter their pelvis.
The High Mage is brought low.
Tanya whirls her 3-section staff around and strikes Kung Lao's face, then jumps and bashes Johnny's head. Kenshi grabs her from behind. He starts to throw her back, but she rides the momentum and flips away.
I thought Umgadi were loyal to the royal house. Yet here you are, scheming against the princess.
You trespass in Outworld, interfere in Imperial matters. It is you, not I, who is the schemer here.
Fight! Fight.
Plot is over.
Kenshi strides to Shang Tsung.
Step away from the table.
This is twice you've been a thorn in my side. You Earthrealmers do have unhealthy habits.
You heard him. You're not infecting her with Tarkat.
I am trying to protect her, not infect her.
We've heard about how you lie. Excuse us if we're skeptical. Cover him.
Kung Lao and Johnny move to Shang Tsung while Kenshi rushes to Melina. He holds a hand to her head as she lies inert.
Princess, are you all right?
Is it over?
Yes, you're safe. We've stopped Shang Tsung.
Stopped him? Why?
Melina starts to violently spasm.
Princess! Princess!
She hits him.
What did you do to her?
It's what you've done, fool. Let me help her before it's too late.
Kenshi backs away while Melina's teeth transform into fangs. Convulsing, she sits up and turns to Kenshi. Mandibles unfurl from her jaw and a long tongue waggles out. She breaks the metal restraint on her wrist and stands.
Now do you believe, Earthrealmers?
What do we do?
Keep her occupied. I need time to finish more serum.
Johnny, a hand?
We got pages for this? Or are we winging it?
Whatever we do, we can't hurt her.
Her? I'm worried about us.
Melina bounds to Johnny and claws at him.
Princess, we can help you.
Your blood. I smell it. How sweet it will be to lick off my fingers.
Fight!
Johnny, Kung Lao, help hold her down.
Kung Lao and Johnny scramble to Melina and grab her.
It's now or never, Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung fills a syringe with liquid as Melina throws Johnny and Kung Lao off. Melina dashes to a table and grabs her side blades from it, then leaps at Kenshi and impales his eyes with them.
Kenshi!
She rips the blades free. Shang Tsung injects the syringe into her neck. He holds her as she goes still. She sags to the floor as her Takatan features transform back to normal.
By the gods! Melina!
Katana, General Shao, and an armored Shokan burst into the lab.
What's happened here, sorcerer?
These men were sent to disrupt your sister's treatment and scandalize Outworld by revealing her illness.
What? That's totally fake news! Princess, we were
The Shokan punches him hard, then pummels Kung Lao to the floor.
Thank you, Goro. I've no stomach for Earthrealm lies. We should detain the Earthrealmers and the Tarkatan we found outside. At least until the Empress is ready to respond to this incursion.
Agreed.
General Shao gestures to 4 soldiers. They haul Kenshi, Johnny, and Kung Lao away.
But she must realize that this incident proves Earthrealm's bad faith. We must strike them now to protect ourselves.
No. They would not do this. There must be a misunderstanding.
They all turn to a portal made of spiraling green light opening nearby. A bald outworlder with tawny skin emerges from the portal and regards them all. He has black markings around his eyes and a red symbol tattooed on his head.
It is no misunderstanding, Princess. It is a confirmation of my prophecy. Left unchecked, Liu Kang will conquer Outworld.
He kneels by Katana.
I apologize for not arriving sooner to defend your sister. I am glad she received her treatment.
The princess is safe, but the threat from Earthrealm remains.
Yes. Quan Chi, when do you anticipate they will strike? Soon. Today's events were foretold in the final quatrains of the prophecy. Then I am right. We must act now, Princess.
I will take your concerns to the Empress. It is for her to decide. Rain, Tanya, assist me.
Rain and Tanya lift Melina from the floor. Rain carries Melina out of the laboratory with Tanya supporting her lolling head.
What truly happened here, sorcerer?
That the Earthrealmers interrupted the princess's treatment was happenstance. They were here to capture me for Liu Kang.
You? Why?
That I must investigate. For now, let us revel in our good fortune. The Earthrealm's serendipitous arrival has given us ample evidence to convince the Empress of the truth of Quan Chi's prophecy.
Conflict with Earthrealm is now inevitable.
Not necessarily. The Empress has never been eager for conflict.
If she resists, she will be replaced. Outworld needs a steadfast leader.
A leader like you, perhaps.
If my realm requires it of me...
Shang Tsung smirks at Shao.
Kill the Earthrealmers. They cannot report back to Liu Kang. Oh, their deaths will also feed the ire between realms.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Our benefactor will be pleased.
She needs the realms at war, not at the brink of it, in order to conquer them both. Only then will we rule at her side.
Before she found me languishing in the mines, I would not have thought such a thing possible. But soon, she'll have transformed us from serfs into scions.
Quan Chi stares at Shang Tsung unblinkingly. A twitching, multi-armed Tarkatan hybrid hangs from manacles chained to the ceiling of a dimly lit dungeon. A fanged face stares out from the creature's chest and tongues stick out from its armpits. Blood oozes from its body and into a drain on the floor. Another creature missing its lower body hangs from manacles. Its guts hang to the floor. Baraka slams on the bars of a cell he stands in. Kenshi sits near him by Johnny's and Kung Lao's unmoving bodies.
You've been at that for hours.
If you could see, you'd know why.
That's not happening, is it? Keep talking, will ya? to keep my mind off this. Tell me about life before you got sick.
I was doing well, trading goods up and down the Varta coast. My family was comfortable, happy. Then Tarkat came. It took my wife, then my children. Cruelly, it lets me live for now. I think it enjoys ravaging my body more slowly.
Johnny sits up.
This hangover. Kenshi. God damn it. How bad's the pain?
Excruciating.
You saved me. I won't forget that.
But you may just regret it.
What are you doing?
Johnny gawks as he stares through the bars of the cell. Various Takatans dangle from chains in the dungeon, many missing large chunks of their bodies. One spasms as they hang from a torture rack.
What in the... When did we take the left turn into survival horror?
This is Shang Tsung's real laboratory.
We're beneath where we were before. That was a false front.
Reminds me of this cheap-ass film I did in my early days. Flesh Pits. God, that was trash.
Reptile, a masked man in a green cloak, opens the dungeon's doorway and enters.
Who's that?
Our jailer.
Reptile strides through the broad cobblestone space. By a cell, he stops by a bucket filled with chunks of bone-in meat. He throws one of the chunks to a Takatan hybrid inside. The creature grabs it and rips into it with their fangs. Reptile steps to Baraka's cell and looks at Kenshi.
How is he?
His eyes are gouged out. Guess.
Reptile hands Johnny a small jar.
That will dull the pain.
You're vile to be part of this.
You are Shang Tsung's prisoner. I am his slave. He has my family. He'll kill them if I don't obey.
Johnny opens the jar, then pulls a long red cloth from his belt. He smears some of the jar's ointment onto the cloth. He covers Kenshi's gaping eyes with the cloth, then ties it around his head.
Why did he pick you?
So he could learn how I shapeshift.
He learned that from you? We saw him do that. It was unreal.
So how does it work? You just shapeshift into anything you want?
I can shift only between this and my natural form.
He shapeshifts into a humanoid lizard.
You're Zateran. Your race can shapeshift. None can except me.
He shapeshifts back as light coalesces near him. It resolves into Shang Tsung. He smirks and steps closer to the cell.
Are they ready? It's time.
Time for what, sorcerer?
Replication experiments. They begin with your vivisection. I'll use your harvested parts to build new creations. The process is fatal, of course.
Liu Kang won't let you get away with this.
That presumes he will ever learn what happened. But when I am done, there will be no trace left of you. I shall return soon to check progress. I have other matters to which I must attend.
He teleports away.
You don't have to do this.
It's either you or my family.
Reptile moves to another cage filled with Takatan hybrids. He opens their cell by pulling a chain through a pulley.
Put them in the chambers.
The warrior's cell door opens as the creatures charge. Johnny jumps, swings from the bars above, and kicks a hybrid down before punching his head. He kicks one hybrid's face before kicking another to the floor. A third rams Johnny into a wall. Kenshi sits in the cell while Kung Lao fights off two of the creatures, and Baraka viciously stabs another's belly before throwing him away. Baraka Baraka strides forward, then impales a hybrid with both bone spikes and flings him over his head. He slashes at another as two of the creatures drag Kenshi past him. The hybrids fling Kenshi into a small cage dangling from a chain fixed to the ceiling. Another pair chuck Johnny into a cage next to Kenshi's. Two of the creatures haul Kung Lao to a third cage. He throws one off, then double kicks the second back before pummeling a third with a combination of punches. He turns sharply and sidekicks a fourth into a table holding his razor-rimmed hat. He throws it and the hat flies in an arc, decapitating two hybrids before returning to his hand. He smoothly sets it on his head.
Fight!
Baraka snarls at a fallen hybrid.
There is nothing more foul.
Electricity arcs along the bars of Johnny's and Kenshi's cages.
You spoke too soon, Baraka.
Reptile holds a sparking lever nearby. As the hybrid on the ground crawls pitifully, a Takatin hybrid brute stomps on his head.
Fight. ransom my future. Fight.
Lifts his head.
Enough distractions!
Brushing Kung Lao aside, Baraka grips the bars of Johnny's cage. He rips it open, then does the same to Kenshi's. Kenshi stumbles weakly. Johnny and Kung Lao help him along, each supporting his weight with an arm over their shoulders. As they shuffle toward the exit, Reptile walks after them.
I'm ruined! Shang Tsung will punish me for this by torturing my family.
Baraka narrows his crimson eyes.
You'll pay for their suffering, Tarkatan.
Fight. Fight! We are leaving.
Reptile kneels.
Then kill me. If I die, maybe you'll spare my family.
No, I won't murder you.
It's mercy, not murder. Not that what I've done deserves yours.
You were protecting your family. I would have done the same.
His mask now removed. Reptile stands with sadness in his eyes. Through magical dust, Shang Tsung appears and frowns at the dead hybrids.
What has happened here?
Johnny takes up Sento and stands with Baraka and Reptile. Shang Tsung points sharply at Reptile.
Syzoth, you fool! You've let them ruin everything.
We're going, sorcerer.
And we're taking you with us. Liu Kang would like a word.
I cannot be apprehended so easily.
Shang Tsung conjures clouds of green gas.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this.
I bid you all farewell. Cheer up, Syzoth. I'm reuniting you with your family.
They're dead? You killed them?
Many moons ago. I do hate loose ends.
Reptile's lips curl into a snarl, and he charges the sorcerer, but Shang Tsung disappears in a magical dust cloud.
We gotta get out of here.
Green gas fills the room as Reptile tries the door.
What's wrong?
The door must have sealed when the gas was released.
Baraka strides toward the door.
Stand aside. Test your might.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Test your might.
The door open to a hallway.
Harry! Follow me. This way.
Johnny and Kung Lao support Kenshi.
Leave me. I'll just slow you down.
What? Shang Tsung finds you, he'll kill you.
Look at me, Cage. I'm useless. Don't risk your lives to save mine.
Hey, you are not giving up. The Tyra need you, remember? We are gonna get back home and figure out how to help you. Got it.
Baraka and Reptile march ahead, leading the way out of the laboratory and into a bright, clear day. They make their way into a lush forest.
We can't linger. We'll be captured.
We need help getting Kenshi to the portal at Sundo.
I can take you only to the city's gate. Forgottens are forbidden inside.
I'll see you the rest of the way. It's the least I can do to make amends.
Reptile trudges on. Dozens of trees have tall faces carved into their trunks. Kenshi walks with a hand on Johnny's shoulder.
God, this reminds me of Wicked Planet. We had this forest in the second act.
The Manticore battle.
Yes! It was a pain to shoot, but man, did it come out epic.
I can picture it exactly.
Kenshi and Johnny smile.
This is the living forest.
Aren't all forests living, Baraka?
No others have trees that house the souls of the dead.
Whoa, wait a tick. We're talking ghosts?
Good ones, not evil.
You guys know anybody in here?
Some distant relatives.
You will find no Zaterrans.
Why not?
Warmbloods don't welcome us. So we keep to ourselves, living underground in Sikander province.
Then how did you meet Shang Tsung?
That I could take human form made me a freak among my people. I was terrorized and run out, starving and beggared. I joined a traveling carnival. Turned out there are many who would pay good money to see my gift. Back then, Shang Tsung was a huckster. We crossed paths, and he saw what I could do. When he began to learn real sorcery, he asked to study me. When I declined, he took my family hostage.
Wow, that's an offer you can't refuse.
He is dangerous, and he has plans. He, General Shao, Rain, they are conspiring.
To do what?
I can't say for certain. I've only overheard fragments.
The group freezes. Reptile transforms into a green lizard with a thick tail and elongated arms. He and Baraka charge into a clearing where a woman dressed in white fights off demons. Her pale skin contrasts her dark lips and all-black eyes, while red scarification zigzags up her forehead. She twirls with a jagged Chris sword, slicing skillfully at the demons. She stabs the last one, then spots Reptile and Baraka.
Quan Chi sends more demons?
Wait, we're not...
Feathery white wings appear on her back as she charges and kicks Reptile. Baraka squares up.
With each of you I kill, my absolution grows nearer. Shedding your blood brings me closer to the light.
Fight!
won't absolve your sins.
Fight.
Whoever you are, we are not demons.
Eyes narrowed, the woman picks up her sword.
If not demons, what are you?
He's a Terran. I am a Denian. Or I was before my Tarkat affliction.
Outworlders. Apologies. I'm glad I've caused neither of you permanent injury.
Kung Lao treads cautiously into the clearing past a demon's head. Kenshi, led by Johnny, crinkles his nose.
What is that?
Just keep swimming. So, who's our femme fatale?
I am Ashra, demon of the Netherrealm.
Demon? You look human, mostly. And what's a Netherrealm?
The monks covered that with us. Did you sleep through every lesson?
That one, apparently.
Netherrealm's hell, but real.
No shit.
I appear nearly human because I've purged most evil from my soul. When I'm done, the last vestiges of my demonic form will fade away.
Why were the demons after you?
They were sent by Quan Chi, my former master. I was part of his Sisterhood of Shadow. He wanted, still wants, dominion over the realms. I renounced him when I realized that I could not help him defile them.
And now he wants you dead.
Precisely.
She smirks.
I followed Quan Chi from the Netherrealm here. He's building devices that steal souls on a mass scale. He's testing the first on the dead that reside in the forest.
Why steal souls, Ashra?
To harness their power. To what end, I don't know. But I do know that it's to aid the designs of another sorcerer. Shang Tsung.
Johnny glances at Kenshi.
Damn it. That guy's everywhere.
You're sure Quan Chi is here?
My Chris senses him.
Her sword.
He's nearby.
No. We're getting you home.
We have a job to do. Quan Chi could lead us to Shang Tsung.
Your Liu Kang is right. Shang Tsung's a danger that must be dealt with. I will aid you.
As will I.
Well, I guess the eyes have it. Motion carries. Ashra, lead the way.
Johnny gestures magnanimously. With a friendly smile, Ashra leads them deeper into the living forest. Ashra's jagged Chris sword glows white as they walk onward.
Quan Chi is close. The emanations of his evil grow stronger.
That is a powerful weapon.
And my perfect ally. As I smite the evil it finds, I am further purified.
Now I've done steps, so I'm all for self-help. But since when does a demoness want to be less evil?
I had spent eternity damned to the Netherrealm. I had assumed that's all there was to existence. But then I saw Earthrealm, saw Outworld, saw there was a better way to live, and that to have it, I needed to cleanse my soul. My sister demons were furious at my change of heart. Kia and Jataka were the first to hunt me.
Ashra frowns.
Quan Chi is also a demon?
Actually, he's an Outworlder. But he mastered the dark magic needed for unfettered travel to my realm.
A large insect hovers near Reptile's face. His tongue flicks out to catch it, and he hastily stuffs its spindly legs into his mouth.
Any idea how he buddied up with Shang Tsung?
They share a common benefactor. She plucked them both from obscurity, taught them everything they know. I've never met her, but there's no question that she is a sorceress beyond compare.
The Chris sword glows brightly, emanating a golden aura.
Quan Chi is near.
Quan Chi stands on a wood platform where a twisting statue of skulls glows with green light. 4 onlookers hold red gemstones.
I am ready for your contributions.
A woman with bat-like wings steps forward. Ornate silver finery weaves along her thighs and midriff.
Excellent, Nitara. I need yours as well.
A Saidan man with black hair and deep scars on his chest looks up.
Darius and I have been thinking, sorcerer.
Do not try to renegotiate, Havoc.
We need proof that you'll deliver.
That he's delivered for Natara's Vaternians is all the proof you need.
Serena's right. Because of Quan Chi's magic, my realm's people are no longer poisoned by sunlight. We've finally escaped the shadows.
Rest assured, the spells you will receive will bring down Order Realm's government.
When will we have them, Quan Chi?
After the attack on Earthrealm, which could be called off if the Soul Stealer's efficacy isn't demonstrated promptly.
The Saidan man, Havoc, hesitates. As the green glow looms behind them, he hands over the gemstone to Quan Chi. Quan Chi's eyes widen. Nearby, Ashra steps forward from her new companions. Their gazes are all fixed on the platform.
Well, this plot just got thicker.
Earthrealm is in grave danger. Just one Soul Stealer can kill hundreds of thousands. If he unleashes a battery of them,
millions will die.
He must be stopped.
I will deal with Quan Chi. The 4 of you subdue the others.
Whoa there, big fella. This stops where you get off.
Johnny stops Kenshi.
You heard her. Millions could die.
Which is why we don't want you tripping us up out there. Now, give me your sword.
Why?
Just give it.
A small smile tugs at Johnny's lips. Kenshi hesitantly removes the sword from his back and offers it to Johnny. Johnny takes it, then replaces it with the sword Sento. Kenshi grips its black scabbard tightly.
What? I can't. Not when
You've saved my life. It's yours.
Johnny fixes him with a serious look and touches his shoulder. Kenshi squeezes Sento, thumbing its golden detailing. At the Soul Stealer, Quan Chi casts green magic from his hands. Nitara spots Ashra's group charging in.
Quan Chi!
They stop before the platform as Quan Chi turns.
Yet again, you evade capture, Ashra. And now it appears you've found allies.
We are joined against you, sorcerer. You won't be stealing any souls.
Ashra flourishes her sword and charges in. Nitara flies forward to meet her, slashing with red claws. Baraka bowls into Havoc, and they brawl with clenched fists. Kung Lao kicks at the demon woman Serena, who parries him with swift ease and counters with a gut punch. Johnny exchanges blows with Darius, a Saidan man with dark umber skin and orange sunglasses. Ashra manages to slice Nitara's arm.
That blade's enchanted.
It was forged to destroy evil. It's slain many of your vampire kind.
We can't help what we are. That we feed on blood doesn't make us evil.
Fight.
one step closer to redemption.
Twisting green light erupts from the Soul Stealer and spirals toward the sky. Dozens of ghosts, translucent skeletal figures, fly from the trees toward the Soul Stealer. The ghosts swarm around the twisting light. Johnny gazes up at the ghosts with the others, all awash with pallid green light.
My God, it's a tornado.
The forest withers and rots as the faces carved into the trees turn skeletal. Quan Chi conjures green light in his palms, then lifts them overhead. Teeth gritted, Quan Chi thrusts his hands to the Soul Stealer and channels green magic into the Soulnado. Strands of light from the Soulnado coalesce into a humanoid form wearing a red and black cloak over corpse gray skin. The humanoid stretches his jaw open, then collects himself and stares out at everyone with glowing green eyes. The humanoid raises his hands while floating in front of the Soul Stealer. Ashra narrows her eyes at him.
What dark magic is this?
We are Ermac, a collection of souls bound by Quan Chi's magic. We live to obey his commands. Kill them.
Ermac throws bolts of green energy at Johnny, Now, and Ashra, knocking them to the ground. Ermac telekinetically raises Baraka into the air and Tarkatan charges, then throws him away. Reptile tackles Ermac to the ground, but Ermac frees himself and blasts Reptile back with an energy bolt. He yanks Ashra toward him, then jabs her face before launching her through the air to the ground.
Quan Chi must succeed if I'm to liberate Order Realm. I'll not let him fail.
Killing one realm to free another is a heinous proposition. One I won't let you fulfill.
Fight.
You aid Quan Chi speaks volumes about you.
Fight!
You can't control her!
Take your chaos elsewhere.
Ashra hacked through Quan Chi's flaming skull with her kris.
I always feared you would be trouble, Ashra. You are not compliant like your sisters.
And now they're dead by my hand because you sent them against me.
I'm sorry, but I need to pause this.
I'll never forgive you for that, Quan Chi.
Fight!
This has been a long time coming, sorcerer.
Fight!
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Ashra impales the victim with a bladed wing, then her wings break into dozens of feather knives. She slashes with her kris as the knives pierce them. Ashra scowls.
When I'm finished here, I will finish you.
She flings her kris at Ermac. He stops it telekinetically. Ashra grabs the kris and slashes at him. Ermac weaves around her attack and blasts her back. Johnny kicks his head, then Ermac smacks his face, making him stumble away. Ashra spins while slashing at Ermac. He evades her, then slams Reptile into the ground as he charges. He levitates Ashra into the air and hammers her down. She lies inert. Ermac throws a fallen log at Reptile and Baraka, then floats Johnny up and slams him into the dirt. He raises Johnny again and flings him away. Johnny goes still. Kenshi raises Sento, face hard.
I can't let them die.
He charges Ermac. Ermac launches him away. Sento pierces the ground. and she gradually sits up. He frantically feels around the ground. Dim lighting reflects on Sento's sleek blade.
What? Who is that?
Your ancestors. Come to us.
Kenshi crawls to Sento. He clutches the sword's hilt, then lifts it as he stands.
In this, your time of need, the terror will not fail.
Blue light shines from Kenshi's eyes and bleeds out past his blindfold. He sees Ermac speed through the air to him. He dances around Ermac's punches, then runs Sento through his chest. Blue light flares from Ermac's eyes and mouth and starts to get sucked into the blade. Then he blasts Kenshi away. He tosses rocks at Kenshi, but Sento floats in the air and deflects each of them. Kenshi gently takes the hilt.
It siphoned his souls. It now has his power.
Ashra runs over.
That was unexpected.
You're telling me. Shall we finish this?
Let's.
Ashra and Kenshi face Ermac with the Chris and Sento at the ready.
This fight's not over. I'll defeat all of Quan Chi's minions.
We are many. You are one. We will destroy you. Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Ashra impales the victim with a bladed wing, then her wings break into dozens of feather knives. She slashes with her kris as the knives pierce them.
Resistance is never pointless.
We are many. You are one. We will destroy you.
What's wrong with him?
Combat must have weakened the magic that binds his souls together.
Now, I'll find you.
Ermac sags to the ground.
What was that?
Watch him. I'll shut down the Soul Stealer.
Ashra dashes to the Soul Stealer. She plunges her kris into its red gem, making it split. Quan Chi raises a hand to her. The gemstone splits and releases energy that launches Ashra away. The ghosts pour out of the Soul Stealer. One flies to Quan Chi and grabs his head. The ghost sucks blue energy from his face, turning his skin ash white, then vanishes. Quan Chi staggers back before collapsing. Ashra regards Quan Chi's motionless body, then strides to him.
Since that didn't kill you, I will.
No, Ashra!
He's too dangerous to let live.
Liu Kang needs to question him. He knows Shang Tsung's plans.
Ashra lowers her kris.
Very well.
Well, clearly I underpaid for that. Did you know what it could do?
The legends never mentioned mystical powers. The souls of my ancestors live within it. They intend to guide me.
Just don't forget who gave it to you, Takahashi.
I won't, Cage. Now, let's get him to Earthrealm.
They all look at Quan Chi.
I know home's here for you, Baraka. Let's size off, Ashra. You can come with if you want. I'm sure Liu Kang will welcome you.
I've never had a home. That would be wonderful.
Snow falls around the ruins of an immense stone fortress nestled among tall mountains. Shang Tsung waves his hands around on the top of the fortress and conjures a portal made of fiery light. The benefactor emerges from it.
Report, Shang Tsung. The Soul Stealers are under construction. Quan Chi tests the final components as we speak.
And the army?
Will obey your every command, once it's been fed sufficient souls. I've also conceived the plan to break the Lin Kuei away from Liu Kang. Instead of defending Earthrealm, they will betray it.
Excellent. You have learned quickly, Shang Tsung, and well. You will soon reap the bounty of what you've sown.
He beams. Moonlight falls over the rooftops of Sundo. Reptile leaps from one roof to another. He looks down at a massive festival of Outworlders in the streets below, each wearing brightly colored clothes. Paper lanterns hang from strings over them. Reptile dashes along the rooftops, following General Shao as he moves through the crowd. Reptile leaps to another rooftop, changing into his lizard form as he goes. He bounds through the air to a different roof. He scurries up to its sloping apex, then shapeshifts back into his human form. Reptile steps across the roof, then stops and looks out at the hundreds of people gathered around a massive two-story wooden building, its sides open and the people inside visible. Long strings of different colored paper lanterns hang over the ground, and a group of performers move a large dragon prop around in a dance. Kitana and Melina stand on the bottom floor of the massive building, each in full regalia. Tanya and numerous others in lavish clothes stand among them. Kitana smiles and waves to the festival outside. Li Mei steps to General Shao and walks with him.
Who are these Earthrealmers we're looking for?
You have their descriptions.
You can at least tell me why they're here. What they've done.
State secrets. Not for your ears.
He strides away through the bustling street. Melina and Kitana smile and wave to the people. Melina beckons Tanya.
Yes, Princess.
Fetch us water, please.
Tanya smirks.
As you wish.
Melina smiles warmly as Tanya leaves.
Careful, sister. Entanglements with Ungadi are forbidden. You know their vows.
Who told you?
No one. I have eyes. As do the snakes at court who would cheer your downfall.
The Ungadi's rules are ridiculous.
And you can change them when you are Empress. For now, you cannot jeopardize your ascension.
Melina stomps off. Quan Chi sits in an alley behind one of the crowded streets. Johnny puts a big hat on him near Ashra, Kenshi, and Kung Lao.
Night-night, sweet Prince of Darkness.
They all wear festival costumes.
Oh, perfect. You'll fit right in.
You couldn't steal a more functional hat.
What? It hides your face. And honestly, it suits you.
Ashra gives him a questioning look.
Yeah, that's true,
I
that's
still
true.
don't know about this. Carrying him around will attract unwanted attention.
Look at it out there. It's like Mardi Gras. People will think you just party too hard.
Reptile jumps down to them from a rooftop.
What's the word?
Go toward the stage, then right to the portal gate. But there are soldiers and constables everywhere.
Are you sure these are enough? One person spots us, and we are dead.
That's why I'll create a diversion.
They're out for you too, Syzoth.
To catch me, they must see me.
Reptile turns invisible.
Damn. You didn't tell me you could go full Predator.
Kenshi and Ashra lead Kung Lao and Johnny as they carry a listless Quan Chi through the immense crowd of festival goers. People glance at them. Ashra catches her hat as it slips off, then readjusts it. 4 guards eye them from across the street.
We can use that diversion.
A string of paper lanterns overhead bursts into flames.
Good work, Syzoth.
They carry on. The surrounding festival goers flee. Kitana looks out at the chaos in the streets. Tanya grabs at her arm.
Come, princess. Unhand me. I'm going nowhere.
More paper lanterns explode near General Shao and a row of soldiers.
Douse the fires! Find who set them!
Stand down, General. This is my problem, not the military's.
Li Mei spots Reptile on a rooftop.
Look.
Syzoth.
You know him? Who is he?
Unimportant, but it means the Earthrealmers are here. Reiko!
Reiko rushes over, then looks at Reptile. He and Li Mei hurry through the crowd toward him as he sprints away. Li Mei and Reiko pursue Reptile while he jumps to another building's roof. They pause. Reiko fixes him with his gaze, then throws a shuriken, striking his hand and making him fall to the ground. Reptile clutches his hand and flees, partially invisible. Li Mei and Reiko examine green blood trailing away.
I'll get him.
She runs off. Reiko pauses, then hurries after her. Kenshi looks around while leading the others with Ashra. He spots Li Mei and Reiko in the distance, following the blood trail.
Syzoth!
Kenshi shoves his way through the crowd after them. Li Mei and Reiko run to a small bridge. Reptile turns visible on the other side of it.
Green blood? You're Zaterran. How can you—
There is much you don't know. Like what the General is truly up to.
Surrender and I'll hear you out. I can't if you resist arrest.
You arrest me, he'll execute me. That's not how I intend to die.
Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Reptile's tail ensnares his victim to ragdoll them around. He then crushes their chest in his maw.
My quarrel's not with you. Let me pass.
Fight!
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Li Mei conjures a giant lion head made of energy. She leaps, twists the victim's neck, and throws them into the lion's maw.
You're caught.
No. that I am sorry for disturbing Sundo's peace.
Kitana glowers.
Ludicrous.
Princess, no! You could be hurt!
Kitana unfurls 2 fan blades and charges Reptile. He dances around her attacks, then punches at her. She dodges just as Tanya strikes at him with a 3/4 staff. He counters her swings, then kicks her away.
Insurrection from a Zaterran? This is a day I never thought I'd see.
You misread my intentions, Princess. Sadly, I've no time to explain them.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Reptile's tail ensnares his victim to ragdoll them around. He then crushes their chest in his maw.
Run away!
The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Kitana flings her fan blades into the victim, leaps, summons the fans back, and drives them into their skull.
I don't want to harm you, but you're leaving me little choice.
Fight!
You fight tenaciously.
Fight.
Soon, you will know the truth.
Tanya gets to her feet. She throws off an Umgadi priestess trying to help her up.
Take the princess and go. My fight's not with her, or you.
It is now that you've laid your hands on her. I will take your life as punishment.
Fight.
Continue.
Fight.
My sentence is suspended, Umgadi.
General Shao advances with Goro and other soldiers.
Found you.
Johnny and Kung Lao let go of Quan Chi as he stirs. Kung Lao and Johnny swap looks, then shrug. They punch and kick Quan Chi until he collapses. General Shao rests his large axe on his shoulder as he paces over. Quan Chi staggers to his feet, then stumbles away.
What about him? Worry only about the Earthrealmers.
If this was one of my movies, we'd get saved by a plucky comic sidekick.
Reptile and Kenshi zipline across a rope leading from one roof to another. They land by them.
If we die today, we die together.
Not comic, but definitely plucky.
Johnny sidekicks Goro.
Salute,
Goro
salute,
grabs
salute.
his arm. Ashra parries the swords of several soldiers and counters. General Shao brings his axe crashing down on Reptile. He dodges, then shifts into his lizard form and bashes Shao away.
It's unlike Shang Tsung to leave loose ends.
Now that I'm free of him, I'll reveal your conspiracy to all of Outworld.
You'll do nothing of the kind. Dead men tell no tales. Fight!
Goro wallops the victim in the face, then pulls both arms apart to rip them out of their sockets. He headbutts the victim. General Shao's axe bashes the victim into the air. He leaps and slams the axe to cleave their ribs apart, then dives to stomp them. The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Reptile's tail ensnares his victim to ragdoll them around. He then crushes their chest in his maw.
You won't silence me, General.
Kenshi, Johnny, Kung Lao, and Ashra knock down the remaining soldiers. More soldiers rush over.
We must go. Now!
Johnny punches Goro as he gets up, then flees. A portal opens by Liu Kang's temple. Kung Lao, Ashra, Reptile, Johnny, and Kenshi hurry out of it. They turn back to the portal, fists raised. It shuts. Liu Kang approaches from behind.
Johnny, Kenshi, Kung Lao, you have safely returned.
He looks at Kenshi.
By the Elder Gods.
We had a run-in with Princess Melina's inner demons.
She took my sight, but Sento, in its own way, restored it.
I am glad that Sento bonded with you. Though my hope was that the means would be different this time.
This time?
Forgive me, Kenshi. I misspoke. Go. The monks will tend to your wounds.
We found Shang Tsung, but he got away. I can see why you're twitchy about him. He's neck deep in some serious shit.
Rest. Eat. Then we will discuss.
Can I also get a martini? Shaken, not stirred?
Liu Kang smiles.
I'm sorry. Meet the newest members of the Earthrealm players.
Păi ne auzim puțin mai târziu și vedem ce și cum.
Astra and Syzoth.
You know us?
As Earthrealm's protector, there is much I know.
Do you also know of my former master, Quan Chi? He colludes with Shang Tsung.
A new deadly alliance? Come, all of you. You must tell me all you know.
Liu Kang leads Reptile and Ashra away. Johnny stands alone. He bows his head.
Well, so much for that martini.
He walks after them. Liu Kang and Garrus pace around Liu Kang's brazier in the ornate wooden room.
Shang Tsung and Quan Chi again conspire against Earthrealm? What Johnny and Kenshi report should not be possible. You witnessed how I rewrote history. I gave the sorcerers meaningless lives. They should have never gained power, let alone join forces.
And your work was flawless. Such would their lives have been, had someone not interfered.
Interfered? What do you mean?
Garrus conjures images of the benefactor with both Quan Chi and Shang Tsung. Liu Kang examines the images.
Both sorcerers were visited by this person. It is her intervention that bent the arcs of their
E puțin mai greu, neavând cameră și toate astea, e puțin mai greu, sunt direct live de pe PS și ce să zic, dacă e ok.
Who could have that power? Is it Kronika? Somehow resurrected?
Impossible. Titans once destroyed cannot be revived.
That someone else must have survived the previous timeline. Someone with a vendetta against me.
It is the only plausible theory.
The benefactor circles Quan Chi.
You must determine its validity, Garrus. The fate of the realms may depend on it.
Sub-Zero paces near Scorpion and Smoke as they sit on a bench in a large room illuminated by lamps on the walls.
How long are we expected to linger?
M-am uitat acum pe TikTok și sunt doar niște amintiri ceva.
Liu Kang's attention. Were he here, Father would advise us to wait without protest.
But now he is gone, and I am Grand Master.
His teachings did not pass with him. They should still guide us.
Guide us, yes. Shackle us, no.
We can't abandon tradition.
Mind your place, Tomas. Father may have taken you in, made you one of us, but your blood will never be Lin Kuei.
Kung Lao and Raiden approach. Kung Lao bows.
Lord Liu Kang can see you now.
It is about time.
Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Smoke watch Liu Kang move a metal figurine across a map on a table.
Shang Tsung is here, at the ruins of Ying Fortress. His Soul Stealers are already under construction. You must destroy them, and capture Shang Tsung before either can inflict harm upon Earthrealm.
We will leave immediately.
And we will join you.
You are not Lin Kuei. You would only hinder the effort.
Raiden and I are more than— We're trained differently. It takes years to master our ways.
You and Raiden have my full confidence, but you are needed elsewhere. Go to the Wuxi. The monks must prepare you for war.
Sub-Zero stands on a cliff with Scorpion and Smoke while peering through a spyglass at Shang Tsung's ruined fortress.
The only way in is over the walls.
We must find a less guarded section before attempting an ascent. Finally, we face a worthy foe. Victory will bring us glory.
Glory? We fight for duty.
Does our father's ghost possess you? All I hear is his voice.
We must honor his vision, Bihan.
Vision is what he lacked. He was blind to our superiority.
Despre ce e vorba, ce încercați voi să faceți acolo? Sunt câteva clipuri amuzante.
Our clan doesn't govern. It serves.
That is our past. It won't be our future.
Smoke and Scorpion trade looks while Sub-Zero marches off. Smoke slowly hovers in a tornado of smoke, ascending behind Sub-Zero and Scorpion as they climb the rampart. Scorpion uses his kunai-tipped rope dart as a grappling hook, while Sub-Zero uses ice spikes to pierce gaps in the immense stone wall and haul himself up. Scorpion yanks his rope dart out of a wall after reaching the top of the rampart with Sub-Zero. Smoke flies up behind them, then he turns toward the sky as Natara dives toward him, fangs bared. She rams him, knocking him out of his smoke tornado and sending him plummeting to the ground far below. He pulls out a knife, then stabs the rampart to gradually slow to a stop. Sub-Zero and Scorpion step to the rampart's edge and bump a stone over towards Smoke. He pulls away, narrowly dodging it. Natara darts through the air, Sub-Zero to the ground. He kicks her off as Serena and Scorpion approach.
As a boy, I heard tales of battles against your kind. I had fought them tall ones.
All Earthrealmers will soon know of Eternus. My realm starves, and it's coming here to feed.
Fight!
Știu mai greu PC-ul că nu prea mai am timp să mai intru sau ceva.
Energy grabs Sub-Zero's legs. Ermac flies to him.
We are charged with defending the fortress. None will escape us.
Telekinetic energy grabs Sub-Zero's arms and forces them out to his side.
Test your might.
Sub-Zero launches an ice bolt at Ermac, knocking him out of the air to the ground.
You are Quan Chi's creation. Liu Kang warned about you. I had hoped for the chance to battle your dark magic.
Fight.
Sub-Zero eyes Ermac.
You are not so fearsome.
Scorpion and Smoke run to him.
You're both unharmed?
We are, brother.
Good. After our years of idleness, it pleases me to again face combat.
I will be pleased when we complete our mission.
They sprint across the fortress. Sub-Zero blasts a trail of ice and slides across it to a wall beside a portcullis. Scorpion and Smoke stand on the other side of it. Sub-Zero peers through the opening, then nods to the other two before sneaking through it with them. They step to an inactive soul stealer, its fused humanoid bones bound to strips of cloth and shaped into a tall spiral. Sub-Zero reaches toward it.
Be careful with what you're handling. We have no time for mistakes.
Scorpion, Smoke, and Sub-Zero slink away toward numerous other soul stealers.
Continue working. I must oversee production of the remaining basins.
Quan Chi steps away from cloaked workers constructing a soul stealer. He walks through an enormous archway lined with terracotta soldiers leading into the fortress. Sub-Zero covers the mouth of a guard from behind and impales his chest with an ice dagger before setting him down.
That's Quan Chi. The other sorcerer Liu Kang described.
Kuai Liang and I will capture him. Stay here. Do not let them activate the Soul Stealers.
Quan Chi steps down a corridor hedged in with more terracotta soldiers. Flames flicker in numerous braziers lining the walls and gold coins litter the stone floor. Sub-Zero and Scorpion slowly follow him as he steps through a doorway into another room. Sub-Zero pauses by a heap of gold coins. He picks one up and inspects it in the firelight. He looks past it at mounds of gold coins sitting in the room beyond the corridor. Sub-Zero and Scorpion look past the treasure at Quan Chi on the other side of the room with multiple women in leather armor and skeletal masks.
There will be spoils in this war.
Let us win it first, brother.
They glance at the doorway behind them.
See you, bye.
And hurry off as Shang Tsung emerges from it. Smirking, Shang Tsung strides across the treasure room toward Quan Chi and the women. Quan Chi steps to him.
Will the Soul Stealers be completed on time, Quan Chi?
Yes. Our benefactor's guidance has proven most helpful.
If we break it, we'll halt their construction.
Agreed.
Sub-Zero and Scorpion step out from behind a large ruined door and charge Quan Chi and Shang Tsung. Green energy pools around Quan Chi's hands and he blasts heaps of skulls at Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero smashes his way through them while Scorpion trades blows with Shang Tsung. Sub-Zero and Quan Chi each dodge the other's kicks. Then Sub-Zero front kicks him back.
Ah, the Lin Kuei. We have been expecting you.
Were you told also to expect defeat? This ends no other way.
Fight!
Attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Sub-Zero slides on ice shards which stab up through his victim's abdomen and skull. He then chops down with an ice war hammer.
You should never have come here. I will bury you in this fortress. Your failure was inevitable.
Scorpion evades Shang Tsung's knife hand strike, then jabs his gut and sidekicks him back. Shang Tsung shoots the fire skull at a giant pile of coins and jewels behind Scorpion, sending it sliding down and burying the warrior. Sub-Zero shoots an ice beam, but Shang Tsung blocks it with a shield of fire.
This is so unnecessary. What I can offer you, you won't decline.
Unless it's your surrender, I am not interested.
Fight.
It is your choice. I
Fight.
can give you freedom.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sub-Zero slides on ice shards which stab up through his victim's abdomen and skull. He then chops down with an ice war hammer. The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Sub-Zero slides on ice shards which stab up through his victim's abdomen and skull. He then chops down with an ice war hammer.
I had hoped for a worthier enemy.
Sub-Zero steps to Shang Tsung's body and swings a large axe made of ice. Scorpion watches him raise the weapon, but he stops when guards pour into the doorway. One shatters Sub-Zero's ice axe with his sword, and another jump kicks Scorpion. Sub-Zero grabs a guard's arm and twists it around so his sword cuts another's throat. Scorpion weaves around one guard's sword, then throws him into a second. A guard bashes Sub-Zero's face with his shield, knocking him down. The guards quickly grab him and Scorpion, then force them to their knees. Shang Tsung staggers to his feet. He dusts himself off, then steps to Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Perhaps now you wish to entertain my offer.
How would you know what I value? We're strangers to each other.
I know that you wish to break free of Liu Kang's control, to gain your clan unrivaled power. I offer the means to do both.
Ignore him, brother. He promises only corruption.
Grandmaster, I am sure you're asking yourself, can I afford to trust a man I have never met? But the true question you must ask is, can I afford not to?
Sub-Zero stares at Shang Tsung. Geras stands before a giant hourglass and shifts his arms around. Sand weaves through the air, then images of the benefactor and Shang Tsung appear in the bottom of the hourglass.
And you were meant for war. To live among kings, not peasants. But since before you were born, you have been conspired against by those who fear how formidable you could become. I am your deliverer, Shang Tsung. Join me, and I will put the realms at your feet.
Geras examines her.
Who are you?
He steps closer to the hourglass.
Impossible.
Shao, Shang Tsung, and multiple soldiers usher Scorpion and Sub-Zero forward, their wrists bound by manacles.
My realm and your clan have much in common. We both feel the pull of Liu Kang's leash.
Once Outworld rules Earthrealm, you will be free to remake the Lin Kuei in any manner you see fit.
Bihan, don't listen! We must stop them, not— Silence, Kuai Liang. But brother— Obey your Grandmaster. Can you win this war? Soul Stealers are deadly, but they're not enough.
You only think so because you don't understand their true purpose.
Explain.
Emperor Ying built this fortress during one of Earthrealm's most turbulent periods. Enemies beset him on all sides. He built a great army to protect his empire. He built a second one to protect him in the afterlife. This is Emperor Ying's Dragon Army.
They enter a vast, icy chamber hewn from an enormous cavern. Hundreds of terracotta warriors surround them on the ground floor, and various floors above them.
Impressive. But does this history lesson have a point?
These statues were constructed and enchanted by the great mages in the Emperor's court.
Sub-Zero and Scorpion follow Shang Tsung around a central cobblestone platform to a large wooden chest. Shang Tsung kneels, then opens it, revealing a velvet-lined interior housing a silver crown made in the likeness of two dragons facing each other. Shang Tsung takes the crown, then pours green liquid from a vial onto it.
They are animated by fragments of souls. Once alive, they fight tirelessly, unburdened by remorse or pity.
Green mist coils off of the crown as Shang Tsung sets it on his own head. Green energy fills the gaps in a row of terracotta soldiers' armor, and their faces turn skeletal. They turn towards Sub-Zero and Scorpion, then punch and kick the air in unison. The warriors stop.
As our ally, you will be given command of several battalions. Few in Earthrealm could then resist the Lin Kuei.
Sub-Zero walks to the row of dragon warriors and examines them. He approaches Shang Tsung and holds his manacles up to him. Two soldiers grab Scorpion as he steps forward.
Behind!
Shang Tsung removes Sub-Zero's manacles.
How could you? Father would turn in his grave if he saw this! He was a doddering old fool. He did us a favor having that accident. And I was right to let him die. Let him die? You said you tried to save him! A lie. Because you couldn't, and still can't face the truth. Father had doomed the Lin Kuei to mediocrity. Now, we will achieve greatness.
Sub-Zero gestures to the dragon warriors. Scorpion elbows a pair of soldiers holding him back, then hammers General Shao's face before whipping Shang Tsung's head with his chains. He whirls around to Sub-Zero and bashes him to the ground. A soldier grabs him, then Scorpion knocks him down and pummels his head. His chains glow orange as he takes down several more soldiers. Then General Shao swings his axe at him. Scorpion ducks under the attack, then snatches the axe with his chains, tears it from General Shao's hand, and flings it away. He whips Shao's face with his chains, then Shao backhands him. Scorpion maneuvers behind Shao to wrap his chains around his throat, jump onto his back, and strangle him. General Shao throws him off, breaking the chains. Scorpion gets to his feet as Shao grabs his axe.
He is a feisty one.
Are you going to blather or make yourself useful? This Earthrealmer must be neutralized. Fight! It's a shame you waste fight.
Where's your fire? You may corrupt Bihan, but you won't corrupt me.
Fight.
Neither of you are up to the task.
Do not let Kuai Liang escape.
Shang Tsung directs the dragon army with the crown. They charge at the Scorpion. Scorpion shoots flames to burn the undead warriors. They disintegrate before reaching him, one with its sword a mere hair away from his feet. He sprints out of the tomb of the dragon army, past hordes of unanimated warriors. He dashes toward the dilapidated castle. He enters the Great Hall and sneaks cautiously through wood and stone wreckage. He reaches 3 fire pits, where Quan Chi and Rain gather. The duo discusses a pot of melted metal as it pours.
Purity is important. Pollutants impact efficiency. Like barnacles on a ship's hull, they create drag and reduce speed.
I see.
As Scorpion slinks past, his reflection glints off of a shield that hangs from a wall, which catches Rain's eye. Rain squints. Unaware, Scorpion tiptoes away. Rain wields his staff and hurls a burst of water at him.
So you've declined Shang Tsung's offer. I assume your brother has not.
The sorcerer tempted him into forsaking his oath.
He can be convincing, can't he? Spurning him is a grave mistake.
Fight.
Scorpion relaxes and glares.
The mistake is yours, Outworlder.
Havik and Darius storm in.
What have you done?
They rush Scorpion. He dodges Darius's punches and blocks Havik's kick. He grasps Havik's arm and slashes his head. He kicks him away and brawls with Darius. He whips out his rope dart, lances Havik's stomach, and slams him against the wall. He throws a series of punches at Darius. Havik kicks Scorpion toward the pot of melted metal. He holds out his hands to stop himself from falling in and burns them. They hold him down and lower his head as he struggles.
Test your might.
Scorpion headbutts Darius and strikes Havik. He elbows Darius away. He grips Havik by the neck and shoves his face into the boiling metal. He releases when Havik covers his face with his hands. Havik staggers away, dripping blood that sizzles when it hits the ground. Havik turns to reveal his disfigured face. His nose and lips have dissolved, and his charred teeth are exposed from his blistered jaw.
I am not finished. For burning me, you'll burn in the Netherrealm.
Fight.
Lin Kuei's flame is not easily smothered. Split up! We must find him!
Scorpion bolts out of the castle alone. In the outer courtyard, a sharp wind carries snow onto the sloping roofs of various buildings. Smoke waits behind a giant wheel. He darts to Scorpion.
What happened? Where's Bihan? He's betrayed us. We're all in imminent danger.
They retreat into a blizzard.
Letting Father die. Forsaking Earthrealm, he's abandoned all reason. I knew Bihan's frustrations ran deep, but I never thought they could inspire such madness. We can't let his corruption spread. Whatever it takes, I am with you. Thank you. We may not share blood, but we are brothers.
Sub-Zero emerges.
Do your oaths mean nothing? It's your duty to obey my will. Not when it betrays Lin Kuei principles. We won't sacrifice them to serve your ambition!
An ice dagger materializes in Sub-Zero's hand. He slashes at Scorpion, who swerves. Scorpion stomps his brother's side, then kicks his jaw. He traps Sub-Zero's dominant arm and twists. Sub-Zero breaks free with a kick. He punches Sub-Zero in the throat. Scorpion tries to wrestle the ice dagger from Sub-Zero's hand, but Sub-Zero slices his palm. He squeezes his wounded hand into a fist as Sub-Zero advances. As snow flutters, Sub-Zero stabs and swipes at his brother, who dodges and retaliates with his fist. Sub-Zero carves at his brother's head, but Scorpion grabs his arm with both hands. He looks up and sees Sub-Zero's empty fist. Sub-Zero cuts his face with the dagger in his other hand, leaving a trailing scar.
Kuei Liang! Stay back! This is my fight. End this, brother! Embrace the future. I want no part of it. You pervert all that it means to be Lin Kuei.
Fight!
Disgrace our family and clan.
Fight!
Honorably. You are my Grandmaster no longer.
Scorpion kneels.
What are you doing? Once he's exposed, won't you be made Grandmaster?
You forget Cyrax and Sector. Their loyalty to Bihan is absolute. They'll sooner abet his corruption than follow me. We must chart a new course. One that both honors our father's legacy and serves Earthrealm.
He stands behind Smoke.
Help me. We can't leave him here to aid Shang Tsung.
Later, Scorpion rushes into the surrounding woodland with Smoke, shouldering Sub-Zero's comatose body. They halt and watch 4 columns of green light flare from the Yin Fortress ruins, swirling into the clouds. Simultaneously, at the Wuxi Academy, Liu Kang studies the same soul nados.
How did you achieve this, sorcerer?
Behind him, particles of sand dance with shards of light. The small sandstorm forms Geras.
You arrived not a moment too soon, Geras. What have you learned?
In scrutinizing Shang Tsung's first meeting with his benefactor, I made an important discovery. Her life essence, the very time crystals that make up her being, are not of this timeline.
Not of this timeline? How could someone from a previous timeline enter this one?
That cannot happen.
If that cannot happen, then what has happened, Geras? There are no other timelines than those that have come before.
All evidence points to the presence of a second timeline, which exists concurrently with ours.
2 timelines, side by side, moving forward simultaneously?
Never in a billion lifetimes have I seen this. But that does not make the other timeline any less real. There can be no doubt that Shang Tsung's benefactor hails from it.
And who she is, why she's here, where she's from. All questions we need answered, which we can't, or we are under attack. I will go to Sindel, convince her to withdraw from Earthrealm by showing her how history is being manipulated.
That will require revealing to her your prior role as Keeper of Time.
The situation gives me no choice. I will need your help, Geras, to prove my claims to the Empress.
They observe the soul nados while trees sway in the wind. Later, in Outworld, Sundo's portal gate emanates energy, surrounded by tropical greenery and colorful flowers. Liu Kang materializes from within. The constabulary await. Li Mei approaches as the others draw their weapons. She walks between weathered lions. statues and reaches a platform bordered by water.
Return home, Lord Liu Kang. I am to let no one pass.
I must see Her Majesty. She must call off her attack on Earthrealm.
Her decision was unwise, but she no longer seeks my counsel, and I doubt she's interested in yours.
The Empress has been deceived. Shang Tsung and General Shao have fomented this crisis as a means to steal her throne.
General Shao? I knew he was hiding his true intentions. But join Shang Tsung? I knew he couldn't be trusted. Were I still Umgadi, he would never have breathed the same air as the Empress. My palace sources told me he arrived out of nowhere, and immediately had the Empress's ear.
He gained her trust by treating Princess Melina's condition. Tragically, she is afflicted with Tarkat disease.
Tarkat? The Empress must be beside herself. If Shang Tsung found a treatment, no wonder she embraced him.
I have shared this with no one. I trust that you, of all people, will keep this secret.
Of course. Were it made public, it would bring down the royal family.
Li Mei, Empress Sindel needs our help. Will you join me?
Emperor Jared's death, the pain it caused Empress Sindel, has always haunted me. I failed the royal family once. I won't do so again.
She clenches her jaw. Later, Li Mei and Liu Kang ride in an enclosed wooden carriage pulled by horses, while her constables run alongside it.
Everything now makes sense. My Umgadi contacts had said the general's soldiers had been encroaching. But still, I can't fathom it. General Shao committing treason?
It is the fruit of a poisonous seed planted by Shang Tsung. He played to the general's vanity, inflamed his prejudices to convince him that he alone could save our world.
He may be unstoppable. The Umgadi don't have numbers, and my constables aren't trained for war.
Know that I, too, will aid in the Empress's defense.
The carriage stops.
Driver, what is it?
She pushes the doors open. Her constables have drawn their weapons.
I may need that aid right now.
He nods. Reiko and a Centaurian swagger up, backed by General Shao's soldiers. The Centaurian has a horse's body, ram's horns, a metal tail, and a humanoid muscular upper body.
Return Liu Kang to the portal gate, Li Mei. He isn't welcome in Outworld.
I won't support the General, Reiko, nor his plot to usurp the throne.
Then you won't live to see the new regime.
The Centaurian rips off a constable's arm. He bucks and stomps his victim to the ground with heavy heaves. Reiko slashes constables with a knife. He rolls and stabs the constable in the throat. Blood spurts as he yanks it out. He flings the blood off his knife. Li Mei shuts the doors.
They have us surrounded.
I am Earthrealm's protector, Li Mei. I am no stranger to combat.
Then let's get out there.
She throws open the doors and sprints. She kicks two soldiers in their chests and sweeps her leg to trip another. Li Mei springs back up and faces Reiko, who tosses a constable over his shoulder.
You should have joined us, not the constabulary. We could have used your Umgadi skills.
Enough! I've no use for a traitor's compliments.
Fight!
The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Li Mei conjures a giant lion head made of energy. She leaps, twists the victim's neck, and throws them into the lion's maw.
I thought Shao soldiers were better trained.
Fight!
You and your accomplices will face judgment, Reiko.
Li Mei hurries Liu Kang as her constables arrest the soldiers.
We must leave. Reinforcements will be on the way.
He follows her into the carriage and shuts the doors. Later, Li Mei and Liu Kang stride through the hanging gardens of Empress Sindel's palace. A purple weeping willow provides ample shade among majestic architecture. They march past lavender drapes dispersed between stone columns. They reach a flourishing garden with vibrant flora and a flowing waterfall. Tanya accosts them, flanked by a second Umgadi. She points her staff at Liu Kang.
Word of his arrival precedes you. Surrender if you wish to remain unharmed.
Let us pass, Tanya. The Empress and her family are in danger. He brings word that Shang Tsung and General Shao plot against them.
The General? Are you so easily taken in by lies? Once again, you prove incapable of protecting the royal house.
Fight.
The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Li Mei conjures a giant lion head made of energy. She leaps, twists the victim's neck, and throws them into the lion's maw. To Tanya.
I'm sorry you made that necessary.
Umgadi priestesses rush in. They circle Li Mei and Liu Kang, pointing their spears.
Priestesses.
Li Mei holds out her arms as she and Liu Kang stand back to back.
You know who I am. Of my deeds when I was one of you. I may no longer be welcome. But in my heart, I am still Umgadi. I will always honor my vows.
He's here to end a threat to the Empress. Stand against us, and she will lose the throne. Stand with us, and we will save the Empire.
Later, Li Mei and Liu Kang escort a bound Tanya down a hallway.
Why didn't you kill me?
Because we mean you no harm.
And that you live will help prove that fact to the Empress.
Umgadi follow as the trio enters the colossal throne room. Purple fabric drapes over the walls, and pink flower petals twirl in the air. They reach Empress Sindel, who sits between Kitana and Melina. Umgadi thump their spears.
How dare you, Li Mei? It's not enough that you let Jared be murdered. You'd let Liu Kang destroy the rest of my family?
My heart broke when your husband died. I lost not only my Emperor, but you, my closest friend. I know you may never forgive me.
She puts a hand to her chest.
But don't be blinded by anger and grief. We are here to help you.
Tanya chokes Li Mei with rope tied around her wrist. She elbows Tanya's head and twists around to strike. Liu Kang seizes spears. Kitana charges in, to Melina.
No, daughter. Your condition.
Li Mei sidesteps Tanya's punch, then kicks her to the ground. Kitana closes in.
Your faithlessness astounds, Li Mei. How can you side with Earthrealm against us?
I'm acting for your family's benefit, and for Outworld's. If you took a moment, you'd realize it.
Fight!
You must be smarter, Princess.
Sindel.
No, Melina. I forbid it.
I must. If I won't risk my life for the throne, I'm not worthy of it.
Brushing away Sindel's hand, she strikes Li Mei. Li Mei blocks. She cleaves Li Mei's throat and kicks her to the ground.
I remember teaching you that, Princess. You were but a girl.
That was long ago. Much has changed.
My loyalty to your family hasn't. Trust me now as you did then.
Melina lunges and throws punches. Li Mei ducks and kicks her down.
Please, Princess, just listen. We shouldn't fight.
Melina rises and reveals her Tarkat symptoms. Jagged teeth protrude. Her sharp tongue jerks as she knocks Sindel over. Li Mei dashes over to pull Melina off her mother.
Forgive me, Princess, but I won't allow you to hurt yourself or anyone else.
Fight!
attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Li Mei conjures a giant lion head made of energy. She leaps, twists the victim's neck, and throws them into the lion's maw.
I must be careful. I cannot harm her.
Fight.
Tarkat makes victims of us all.
Tanya rubs her wrists and quickly attends Melina, her black braid swaying. She procures a syringe and injects its serum into Melina's neck. The princess's wide, deformed mouth and jagged teeth recede, and her face transforms back to normal. Life returns to Melina's eyes. Sindel stands to face Li Mei. Melina groggily places her hand on Tanya's. They exchange looks. Tanya smiles.
Praise Argus. Thank you. I am in your debt.
No, Your Majesty. There can be no debt between friends.
Liu Kang steps in.
I am glad she is safe, and that our conflict has ended.
It is paused, not ended. Li Mei has earned my goodwill. Whether you do remains to be seen.
I seek only peace, Your Majesty.
She squints.
Is that why you send minions on secret missions into my empire? You've proved yourself the enemy I was long warned you would be.
I understand your anger, but I had reason to believe that Shang Tsung posed a threat to both of us. Until I confirmed them, I did not want to burden you with my suspicions.
And now?
They have proven true. Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, the General. They conspire to conquer our realms.
A serious charge. Where is your proof?
At Shang Tsung's laboratory. If what you see there does not convince you, I will surrender Earthrealm without a fight.
Later in the lab, Sindel grimaces at a chained hybrid with amputated limbs and spilled guts. Liu Kang, the princesses, and Umgadi watch.
How could I have so misjudged them? For Shang Tsung to indulge in such depravity. For General Shao to condone it. They are not the men I thought them.
Despite my best efforts, neither man nor Quan Chi are who they were meant to be.
They're not your responsibility. They're Outworlders.
But it is I who crafted their destinies, along with those of all other beings, at the dawn of history.
You created the realms. Is your mind addled, demigod?
I am a mere demigod now. But eons ago, I was more powerful than all of the Elder Gods combined. I was a Titan, and the Keeper of Time.
He pushes air in a circle to create a small sandstorm. Sand and light collect to form Geras. A gold dragon tattoo sits on his bare brown shoulder. He conjures an image of an hourglass.
This is Geras.
Your Majesty, Your Highnesses.
Geras is the guardian of the Hourglass. A celestial object which lies beyond the realms. The Hourglass regulates time and destiny. When I wielded its power, it was upon me to craft all of existence. Which I did when I restarted history.
Restarted?
This timeline was preceded by billions more. Though this is the first of Liu Kang's design. The others were designed by his predecessor. Kronika was obsessed with equalizing good and evil. When a timeline veered too far to one or the other, she would halt it and restart history, tinkering with lives and events in the hope of achieving her golden balance.
Prior timelines, Kronika gave Shang Tsung and Quan Chi mastery of the most vile magics. Shao was not a general, a tyrannical ruler bent on conquest. You, Sindel, were his ruthless wife, who would do anything to preserve your privilege. When I took the hourglass from Kronika, I vowed to do better. So in this timeline, the sorcerers would not gain their dark powers. Shao would be your loyal follower, and you would rule Outworld firmly, but fairly.
But someone has interfered with Liu Kang's design. Shao, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, all have been groomed by an unknown entity to be the villains they were in previous timelines.
Where to begin? Am I to kneel to my creator? Do you expect worship?
No, Your Majesty. My prior role was thrust upon me by circumstance. I am in no way divine.
You had power over all of creation, yet you gave it up.
Because I saw how it drove Kronika mad. I knew I would fare no better had I kept it.
Shao kicks open the door and struts in with Goro, Rain, and the winged Natara. Sindel advances, followed by the others.
You. How dare you conspire against Outworld?
Not against Outworld, but against your misguided rule. Your deference to him leaves us all vassals.
So you sanction these unspeakable horrors? Lie to me about the threats we face? Thanks to you, Earthrealm blood is already on my hands. Bloodshed, without cause or provocation.
An amulet.
Don't move.
Empress, everyone, stay back.
What is it?
The Amulet of Shinnok, a weapon of terrifying power.
It should not exist. Its maker is powerless, as Liu Kang designed.
Yet more proof of foreign interference.
Enough prattle! You'll both bend a knee to Outworld's new Emperor.
Put down the amulet. Its evil is beyond your control.
Do you think I do battle not trained with my weapons? I am more than prepared.
He thrusts the trembling amulet. Glowing tendrils of orange light pull Geras and the princesses into the amulet's central jewel. A fight breaks out and Natara strikes Sindel.
So General Shao casts his lot with Outworld's enemies against me. He's a fool to ally with you blood-sucking fiends.
Fight!
Endeavor.
Fight.
better than Shang Tsung's monstrosities.
Liu Kang ducks under Rain's staff swing, then elbows his face just before Sindel jump kicks him to the floor.
Tanya and your daughters, they are not dead, but trapped in the amulet. We can still save them.
They freeze as General Shao raises the amulet to them. Li Mei leaps through the air and kicks Shao to the floor, making him drop the amulet. Sindel grabs it. Soldiers chase them into a corridor. Liu Kang turns and blasts a stream of fire at the soldiers, igniting several. Sindel screams purple sonic energy at the ceiling, making it collapse between them and the soldiers.
Detain!
They hurry to the lab's upper level where numerous warriors and soldiers fight. Sindel marches to Reiko.
It's no surprise that you are party to Shao's treason. Know that it will cost you your life.
I owe him mine many times over. Sacrificing it in his service would be an honor.
Fight.
Culpable. You will answer for this crime.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sindel's hair grabs and slams the victim. 2 strands hold their ankles to yank their legs apart, twisting their hips.
Your rebellion is doomed.
Rain and Shao enter. Rain blasts a water bolt at Sindel. Li Mei shields Sindel and gets knocked back.
Your betrayal hurts most, Rain. I thought of you as a son.
I've outgrown you, Empress. Shang Tsung's taught me that I've scratched just the surface of my power. To explore it, I can't be bound by your limits.
Fight!
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Rain summons 2 tendrils of water which wrap around the victim's hips to electrocute them and shatter their pelvis. The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sindel's hair grabs and slams the victim. 2 strands hold their ankles to yank their legs apart, twisting their hips.
Shang Tsung's taught me more than you know. It's time I show you.
forever dead to me.
General Shao headbutts an Umgadi, then cleaves off her arm with his axe. He hacks into another shoulder, then wrenches the blade out.
Your reign is over, Sindel!
I remember the weak, sickly boy you were. How your father fought to push you past your infirmities. Now you repay him by spitting on his ideals? Your revolt shreds every value he held dear.
Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sindel's hair grabs and slams the victim. 2 strands hold their ankles to yank their legs apart, twisting their hips.
I grow weary. You've forsaken both me and the Empire. Your family name will be forever tarnished. You are relieved, General.
The amulet, Your Majesty.
Sindel hands Liu Kang the amulet. Fiery light pours from it as Liu Kang holds it up. Orange energy streams from the amulet. Melina, Kitana, Tanya, and Giras materialize. Sindel runs to her daughters, and they all hug tightly.
I hate to disrupt, but we must act quickly to save Earthrealm.
Is that the command of my creator?
No, Your Majesty. It is the request of a friend.
He smiles warmly. Later, Liu Kang, Giras, Sindel, Tanya, Melina, Kitana, Smoke, and Scorpion stand in a tree line of the forest surrounding Shang Tsung's ruined fortress and gaze up at 4 green solnados shining from behind its ramparts. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi stand before a large stone well filled with green light. The dragon crown rises out from it. Shang Tsung takes it.
We are ready.
And the Soul Stealers?
Keep them running. I am sure we'll find a use for the collected souls.
They walk to the stone steps of the fortress's immense entryway. A soldier stands with his back to a railing in a terrace. Kitana hops up from behind and stabs his neck with a knife. She throws him over the balcony, then jumps up over it to the terrace with Tanya and Melina. Melina dashes to a soldier manning a siege weapon on the rampart from behind. She plunges a knife into his neck, takes control of the weapon, and fires its massive bolt at a soldier standing at another Scorpio nearby. Kitana shoves a soldier over the top of a rampart as she and Tanya hurry past. Scorpion stands at the edge of a tall wall. He throws his kunai-tipped rope dart at the head of a soldier below. It impales his skull, then Scorpion hoists him up. Smoke runs along the rooftop of the portcullis, then hops down to the others standing at its entrance. They peer at numerous soldiers marching near the 4 Soul Stealers.
Will they stand down, if ordered?
No. Those are the General's most loyal lieutenants.
They must be neutralized if we are to shut down the Soul Stealers.
Yes, they do. We should split up.
Liu Kang, Melina, Smoke, Sindel, Kitana, Tanya, and Giras sprint through the portcullis into the soldiers guarding the Soul Stealers. Umgadi priestesses and other warriors fight the soldiers while Melina and Tanya break away from the group and raise their weapons to a soul stealer. They freeze and turn to Ermac as he floats behind them.
Stay behind me, princess.
No. We fight together.
He telekinetically throws chunks of a wall at them. One knocks Tanya to the ground while Melina bounds across the other's midair and leaps to Ermac. He launches her back just before she can strike with her side blade. Ermac throws Melina and Tanya up to the fortress ramparts. Tanya tries to sit up, teeth gritted and a hand over her torso. Melina crawls to her.
What's wrong?
My ribs. They may be broken.
Ermac levitates above them, green energy pooling around his hands.
Help me up.
No, Tanya, stay down. This time, I protect you.
We are Ermac. It is pointless to resist us.
Come any closer, and you'll feel the points of my blades.
We are many. You are one. Your souls will become part of our collection. Fight!
You'll have no part of me, Ermac.
Amazing, Melina. In another life, you could have been Umgadi.
I prefer this one, dearest Tanya.
Melina helps her up, then holds her arm as they pass by Ermac's twitching body.
We must leave. Quickly.
Melina, wait.
Melina stops and turns to Ermac.
Father?
Ermac staggers to her. His dry and gnarled face transforms, softening into that of a living man's. His eyes are a muted green.
Father, is it truly you?
Yes, Melina. This body was created from the living forest's souls. Mine was one of them. Your attack broke the spell that binds us. Now, I am in control.
Father!
Melina and Jared embrace tightly. They pull back and he looks at Tanya.
You are Umgadi, but not Li Mei.
I replaced her after your death, Your Majesty. She left the Order rather than accept punishment.
Punishment? It was not her fault.
A discussion for another time, Father. We must go.
They glance over their shoulders, then hurry off. Liu Kang and Geras stride across the fortress plaza while Jared floats himself, Melina, and Tanya to the ground nearby. Kitana dashes to Jared and throws her arms around him. His smile drops as he turns to Sindel.
Jared?
She runs to him.
Yes, Sindel. It's me.
How I've missed you.
They share a deep smile as she touches his face.
Greetings, Jared.
Liu Kang bows.
Liu Kang, my friend. We meet again.
It is good to have you back. We once again find ourselves in challenging circumstances.
And once again, we will prevail. As always, Sindel, I am yours to command.
She beams as he rests a hand on her shoulder. Shang Tsung wears the dragon crown near Quan Chi in the tomb of the Dragon Army. They watch 10 dragon warriors punch and kick the air in unison. Melina, Kitana, and Smoke sneak behind rows of inactive dragon warriors on the other side of the cavern. Melina observes Quan Chi and Shang Tsung.
How is it they're unaware that the Soul Stealers are shut down?
We are deep within the mountain. From here, they couldn't tell.
Liu Kang, Scorpion, Geras, Jared, and Sindel join them.
Look at them conspiring. It is history we should not be repeating.
We must take the crown. Without it, he can't raise more warriors.
Our odds will improve if we can surround them.
I'll distract them while the rest of you get into position. Leave it to me, Mother.
She steps away from the others.
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung turns to Melina as she approaches.
Princess Melina.
I bring news from Outworld. Sindel is deposed. General Shao now rules.
And yet you are still free.
To succeed, the General needed help on the inside. I provided it.
The heir to the throne gives it up willingly.
It is a burden I've never wanted. The realm is better left in General... Emperor Shao's hands.
A most mature perspective. Outworld benefits from your wisdom.
Yes, Shang Tsung, it does. But not in the manner that you expect.
Everyone else drops from the upper level and quickly surrounds Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, and the Dragon Warriors before attacking. Liu Kang and a warrior trade punches. Another punches Geras' face, unfazed, and hammers its head with his fist. Tanya batters a warrior with her staff. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi face Melina.
A bold gambit, Princess.
It is an impressive display of guile. Who knew she was so capable?
You count yourselves among my doubters. I will count you among the dead.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Shang Tsung injects his victim with a green syringe. The toxin causes bones to mutate out of their innards like roots.
Your betrayal will be punished. Do not expect leniency.
Fight!
There will be consequences for forsaking Outworld.
Shang Tsung clenches his teeth and sits up. He looks at the terracotta soldiers, then turns to the dragon crown on the floor near him.
Thanks to the princess, this fight is ended.
The fight, perhaps. Not the battle.
True. Until your benefactor is caught, the realms remain threatened. Who is she, sorcerer?
They turn to the crown as green energy swirls around it.
Speak of the devil. Liu Kang. Meet Damashi.
Damashi?
The crown shines gold and floats. Sand spirals beneath it. Then another Shang Tsung materializes along with the bones of the others.
You are the victim of deception, sorcerer.
You're not Damashi. You're me. More correctly, you are me. A poor facsimile, anyway. Made lesser by Liu Kang's meddling.
What's happening here? Who is he?
This Shang Tsung is whom I battled for the Hourglass. I thought him dead.
As I did you, Liu Kang. It turns out our battle released mammoth energies which ripped apart time's fabric. The fight had two conclusions. In one, I was the victor. In the other, it was you. It was eons before I discovered this. Once I did, I knew the path forward.
I took this form and infiltrated your timeline. I elevated these wretches, giving them great power. Together, they sowed discord among the realms, and assembled for me the Dragon Army. I led them to believe they were aiding my conquest of Earthrealm and Outworld. But my intent is to exterminate all life in this timeline, and then merge it into my own.
You promised us realms. Now you leave us to slaughter? You were pawns, not partners. Your purpose served. You will be sacrificed.
We served you loyally, built you the Dragon Crown.
This is a toy. I do not need it to control the Dragon Army. Only the souls contained within.
The Titan Shang Tsung from the Dark Timeline tramples the crown, releasing numerous souls from it that stream into the different statues. He smiles with the other dark versions of the fighters.
Goodbye, Liu Kang. Neither you nor your timeline will be missed.
He teleports away. Doc Sindel steps forward as Dark Raiden stands behind her, eyes red.
It appears our interests align. For now.
Know that I trust neither of you. I will finish you both at the first hint of treachery.
Dark Sindel smiles wickedly as Dark Raiden rises behind her. He crackles with red electricity. The fighters charge and Dark Sindel screams a sonic blast at her. Melina rushes Dark Raiden, but he shoots her with a lightning bolt, knocking her down. Jared kneels by her.
Melina, what's wrong?
Her fangs grow.
Serum wearing off. Must stay in control. You attack my family, I will make you suffer.
Further resistance serves no purpose. This timeline will be destroyed. Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Raiden uppercuts his victim into the clouds. He duplicates himself to slam the victim down to the ground, then stomps their ribs. The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Melina pins the victim's arms to the floor with her side blades, then ravages their torso with her jaws before biting out their throat.
This new Shang Tsung should have sent more minions.
The warriors face off against their dark counterparts.
Come forward if you dare. I will finish what Raiden could not.
Quan Chi and Sindel front kick her. Dark Sindel blocks their attacks, then crescent kicks Quan Chi's face. She jumps and kicks Jared back while punching Sindel away. She stretches her hair out and trips Smoke with it, then Sonic screams Geras to the floor. Her hair whips out and flips Kitana and Liu Kang down. Dark Sindel punches Kitana's face as she gets up. She smashes Scorpion's chest with her arm, driving him down. Her hair shoots out to grab Shang Tsung and Tanya as they sprint over, then slams them to the floor. Dark Sindel smirks as the warriors lie motionless around her. Sindel takes a katana on the floor and hauls herself up with it.
Your tenacity is to be admired. Until our last breaths are taken, as long as blood flows through our veins, we are not beaten. Noble sentiments, which in the end matter little. None of you will leave here alive.
Dark Sindel's hair lifts a katana from the floor and places it in her hand. She dashes to Sindel and forces her counterpart's blade to the floor, then smoothly stabs her shoulder and front kicks her back. Sindel locks blades with Dark Sindel, then uppercuts her jaw as she starts to use a sonic scream. She bashes Dark Sindel's face with the sword's hilt and flings her to the floor. Sindel raises her blade over her counterpart, then Dark Sindel's hair quickly grabs her sword and impales Sindel's gut. Dark Sindel's hair coils around Sindel and flings her aside.
Oh, it's so sad to see a child lose her mother.
If my mother dies, she won't be the only Sindel to perish!
Fight!
The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Melina pins the victim's arms to the floor with her side blades, then ravages their torso with her jaws before biting out their throat. Melina stumbles to the floor. Tanya hurries to her, then injects the serum into her neck with a syringe. Kitana and Jared each hold one of Sindel's hands as she sits bruised and bloodied on the floor. She clutches the wound in her belly.
Mother, you can't go. Not yet.
It's my time, dear. At least we had a few hours more.
I will cherish them.
Mother...
Melina kneels to Sindel and takes her hand.
You are now Empress. Rule well.
I will, Mother. Father and Kitana will help me.
Sindel's expression stills. She gazes up with glassy eyes. Jared waves a hand over her and pink energy flows from her into him.
Of course.
The others stand around them as the last of the pink energy streams into Jared.
Father, what did you do?
I collected your mother's soul. It resides within me. She is safe.
Liu Kang quickly approaches.
Hurry, everyone. We must withdraw.
The fighters run out of the Tomb of the Dragon army. They step through the snowy foothills of the mountains as the sun sets, the ruined fortress in the far distance behind them. They all stop and turn back to the fortress as hundreds of dragon warriors march away from it and down a pathway.
To move an army that large among realms, he'll need a portal, yes?
More than one. You will need a nexus of portal gateways.
It must be nearby. We follow them. They will lead us to it.
Agreed. But we cannot strike until Raiden and Kung Lao arrive.
That the Lin Kuei won't aid us is unforgivable. Bi-Han has corrupted them totally.
When this crisis ends, we will deal with that one.
This is but the opening battle in a longer war. Titan Shang Tsung has prepared his entire timeline for it. We cannot match its strength.
My counterpart said that your battle with him ripped time's fabric, creating two timelines. But how do we know that it wasn't torn further? If there are two timelines, can't there be more?
Shang Tsung smirks.
Why the thought experiment, sorcerer?
You said we lack strength. We might find it in other timelines.
How would we do that?
We gather allies from across timelines, other titans, to build an overwhelming force.
If they exist. We have no proof that they do.
We must fight the battle in front of us. We can't stake our survival on pure conjecture.
If Liu Kang is right, the battle in front of us is already lost. This may be our only hope.
Geras, your thoughts?
It is possible. But as I am only the Hourglass's steward, such a search is beyond me. It can only be undertaken by the Keeper of Time.
And I no longer wield that power.
Geras' brow furrows deeply.
You may be able to regain it.
What? How do you mean?
When you gave up control of the Hourglass, I worried that one day you would find you needed it. So rather than let your power dissipate, I collected it. To this day, it remains safely stored.
Why did you never tell me this?
Because the process of restoring your power is likely irreversible. Returning to the life you have now, as Earthrealm's protector, a life you cherish, may be impossible.
And you did not want me tempted to make that sacrifice, unless it was absolutely necessary.
Correct.
Thank you, Geras. You have saved us with your wisdom. Now, where have you stored my power? We must retrieve it.
It is at the Fire Temple, stored in the Jade Jaguar gifted to you by the great Kung Lao.
Liu Kang smiles and nods. Dozens of dragon warriors march past a large stone archway being constructed in a snowy valley. Dark Geras steps to Titan Shang Tsung as he stands nearby.
Yes, Geras.
Liu Kang has proven more resilient than anticipated. He and his comrades have escaped the fortress.
Forget the others. Find Liu Kang. He alone threatens my plans.
Liu Kang and Geras walk down a path leading to the Fire Temple.
You could have picked no better vessel to store my power, Geras. I have always treasured the great Kung Lao's gift. It reminds me of his meticulous nature and his generous heart.
Once we retrieve the Jade Jaguar, we will proceed to the Hourglass. There, we will transfer the temporal power stored within it to you.
It now occurs to me that all along, you have had unfettered access to the power stored within. You could have taken it, become Keeper of Time, but chose not to. Why?
Because I have faith in your vision for this new era. I am content to be its guardian.
Thank you, Gareth. Now, this process you propose, you are sure it will restore my power?
As sure as I can be of one that has been neither tried nor tested. But even if successful, it is not guaranteed that you will find any other timelines or allies. They may not exist.
I pray this is not a fool's errand. I hate leaving the others behind.
Your champions will bolster their strength against the Dragon Army. It is sure to be the mother of all battles.
May the Elder Gods protect them.
The pair steps to the Fire Temple's entrance, the sun shining overhead. The Dragon Army constructs more stone archways, portals glowing with dim light in the valley. The moon shines weakly through mist blanketing the sky onto dark Shao Kahn and Reiko as they